Coming up on Five Birds and a Mic.
When said boy texted me and he was like, so you couldn't take the sheets home or even put them in my bin. You had to hide them under his goddamn bed. He's just found the sheets.
Birds, five birds, birds, five birds, birds, five birds, five birds and a mic. Yeah.
Hello and welcome to another special episode of 5BAM, 5 Birds and a Mic. I'm Andrew, the producer, and this week we have the best bits of G. We are in the month of August, which is the busiest time of the year for the birds at the shop. So they didn't want to sit in a room with me for 2 hours on a Tuesday for some reason. They're busy collecting odds and ends. They bring them all into the shop and make dresses out of them, and then I don't really know what goes on there actually. Do they make the dresses? I don't know. Anyway, take it away, G.
So G, your nails look good.
Yeah, went and had my nails done. Went for my infill because they were coming off. So
Yours grow though
really quick. They go really, really quick. So they were growing anyway when I didn't have them on during lockdown. But you put acrylics on my nails, and it's like I don't know whether they feel shielded or guarded. I don't know what it is, but then they go safe. I'll grow. So
like Wolverine. Is
yeah,
Wolverine?
It is. Well, that's how much they'd grown. To be fair, if you'd have seen him on Saturday, you'd have thought Wolverine. So went into this little Chinese nail shop down the road. Love him, really love him. Went in, sat down, all of this, bit of chit chat. She's like, "Oh, where you have nail done before?" And I was like, "Oh, had them done here." She's like, "Okay, when you have them done?" I was like, "Oh, two, 3 weeks ago." Oh. She's looking at him. She's like, "They grow so long," and I was like, "Yeah, I put the acrylics on, and they grow really fast. Like I don't really know what it is."
Justifying this to her.
Well, because I felt judged. I was like, she's a professional, and now she's looking at my nails, and they were They were lifting at the sides, like I'd melted one Friday night trying to light a candle
with your nail.
No, Side story.
Haven't got a lighter. What do I do? I know.
Side story. Prison Break decided that he wanted more atmosphere. He was very upset that I hadn't created more atmosphere. So then he was like, "Can't we light the candles to make it a bit softer?" And then I couldn't find my matches, so I had to use his lighter. But then the candle was really burnt down. I was upside down and I didn't realise it. And I was like, "What's that smell?" "Oh, I've burnt half my acrylic off."
Oh no.
So there was a lot of judgment happening here. Anyway, so she was like, I was like,
in a car crash. That's what you walked in.
So I was like, "Yeah, they've grown loads, and I put acrylics on. I don't really know what it is." And bearing in mind, we've both got face masks on. All I can see is her eyes, and I've got a perspex screen in front of me. And I kid you not, when I say, she literally went, "Oh, honey, you've been eating. That's why your nail grows so long." I was like, well, yeah. I was like, but I've been eating, maybe it's because I've been eating lots of salads and stuff. And she was like, "Okay."
Were you wearing baggy clothes?
No, I felt really cute. I had like that nice new like knitted pink top on. It's a bit turtlenecky, and I had my jeans on, my little plimsolls. I felt pretty, not chic, but I felt pretty preppy.
Yeah.
Tailored preppy. I felt nice. Had my hair, all straight, slimmed the face down. I'd contoured my chin. I was feeling fab, and it was just the way she went. She was literally like, "Okay."
Oh,
shade.
I think you look great.
She was like, "Oh, you like shape?" I was like, "Yeah, it's fine." Yeah, we didn't talk after that.
No, I bet you
I stayed
didn't.
very silent, very, very silent.
That was brilliant.
Nails look good though.
Yeah,
She did a fantastic. They were a bit thinner than normal, and fantastic.
Maybe she's trying to tell you something.
I think it is. I think it's inspiration. She's like, "Oh, I just thin out your nail bed." So yeah, that was my turning point of the weekend.
Oh,
There is nothing worse than a judgment that makes you just when you're feeling good.
is when you feel good.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
shade
yeah.
comes, you're a bit like, oh,
She just
that's a
brought
slap in
me
the face.
back down to earth.
And she might not have meant it.
I
in
don't
any
think she
way.
did. I think she just meant, if you're eating, then your nails are gonna. But just the way that it was said with a mask on, I can't see her face.
That's the
She's
issue,
not
yeah.
looking. She's not looking at me. She's just saying it while she's doing my nails. I have never. I literally went out sideways from the shop. I thought, I'm not giving you my full arse view. I literally like crab shuffled out of the shop.
Oh, that's brilliant. That is brilliant.
Was that racist? Who knows anymore? Now, next up, G on how her hoops control her mind. Ooh.
Or hoops.
Hoops.
Mm.
You like your jewellery. As in you've got a set.
I've
it's a
never
set
seen
thing.
you with a pair of studs.
I remember
I don't think I own a pair of studs.
Well, one time you came into work and I heard a wail. Oh,
She's forgotten the
She
hoops.
forgot her
hasn't
hoop.
she?
Mm.
Yeah.
and you didn't
I'm-
know what to
I'm a
do.
different
the
person.
energy was wrong.
I am.
We weren't. It
I'm a
wasn't
different
balanced.
person.
It's like your hoop's like Maggie's hand.
Me with my hands.
Yeah, it is. Bigger the hoops, bigger the hole.
Yeah.
Small hoops at the minute. Not that that's stopped me. I also think they might be different sizes, which is why I've been a bit imbalanced this weekend.
It's
not my fault,
it's the hoop.
It's not my. I think this one is
They
slightly
don't look
smaller.
it. They don't
Maybe
look
I've
it.
just squished one. I'm jumping over a lot of hedges.
Do you sleep in
Yes.
earrings?
Bath in them, sleep in them, do my hair in them.
No.
They don't
No.
come out.
Jewellery has
Ever.
to come off at bedtime.
Always comes off.
Never.
Always comes off.
How can you sleep in earrings like that?
I don't know. But imagine when I've got big ones in, they stay in.
I don't. Hoops are easier to sleep in than studs.
You just
Nothing
fold.
is easier
You
to
just
sleep
fold
in.
them up, get them out of the way. Just-
Oh my god!
No.
From hoops to naughty Hetty Hoovers. Take it away, G.
So does anyone want to go first?
Yeah, because I don't think there's probably loads if I digged in my memory bank of stuff. The one that keeps cropping up for me at the minute. So I have a Hetty Hoover, right? Love her. She's beaut. She's stuck with me for the last 5 years. She's cracking. What annoys me is that I can have the music on and be hoovering, loving life, and obviously she's that loud. So I'm going round and I think I'm hoovering, and then I'm like, stuff's not getting picked up, or then I'll turn around and be like, where's all that mess come from? I've just done that section.
babe? Do you
Like,
need a nap?
Is your sack full? What's going off? Talk to me. She's just there with her eyelashes looking at me. And her nose is untwisted. So with the Hetty Hoovers, they can untwist themselves. And because she's that loud, she's not a quiet Hoover, I can keep hoovering good 15-20 minutes and not realise that she ain't following me.
She's had enough.
I'm just dragging a hose round.
Does it not sound weird that the kitchen's and then you go into the living room, it's
because if you
Look, if I'm just in the living room and I've got music on and I'm singing, like me and Whitney having a moment when she's up from heaven, and we're like, because I have it on like pneumatic mode or whatever it's called, so it is like
intense.
it's loud,
She's
like I want to
intense.
suck everything up.
She's
and then
angry at
like
life.
the head's coming off and I'm reaching up and stuff. So in my head, she's only like a yard behind me at all times.
But she's left you because she
But
can't
she's-
stand the singing.
No, she's just unswiveled herself and fucked off into the hallway. And I'm like, oh right, cracking. Just burnt all these calories for nothing. Yeah.
She's like, nah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, like all the men in my life, they get into the inner circle and they're like, oh, no, no, I'm staying here.
without you realising.
Yeah, and I turn around and
Casual
I'm
hallway.
like, bye, gone again, okay.
Now, the last two clips, I was kind of easing you into this clip. This one is harrowing. Take it away, G.
Go on
Yeah, it was a quick temporary flashback. So I'd gone round to a guy that I'd met through. I knew a guy. We were having casual sex amongst other circumstances, and then I started my period. For some reason, we were in this spare room of the shared house, except it wasn't a spare room. It was actually his mate's room, but his mate had gone home. So we like had a few drinks and just tumbled into there, did the sex, and then I started my period quite quickly after that, but didn't realise because we were both like K-lined. He woke up, realised, and there'd been like a spoon in stitch, and he was covered. So he'd got up to go to the shower and then stumbled back into his own bed, left me in the spare bed. And then the next morning when I woke up and it looked like I'd been butchered, I panicked. So I took all of the bed sheets off and hid them under the bed. So when the housemate came back, he was like, "Where are my bed sheets?" And said, boy tried to style it out, and then it wasn't until about 6 weeks afterwards when said boy texted me and he was like, so you couldn't take the sheets home or even put them in my bin. You had to hide them under his goddamn bed. He's just found the sheets.
Oh,
Did you ever speak to him again?
No, that was the last time that we had intercourse.
At least you went out on a bang.
Quite literally.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just that flashback moment of,
Ah.
it is weird, isn't it?
An
It's
awkward one.
those it's just that second moments where you make a snap decision, and it's going either way, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you have to go down that path. You can't when you go down a certain path, you can't style it out. You've got to force yourself all the way down it.
And you did it with confidence.
Well, just got to do it with a smile
She
on
hit
your
it well.
face.
She obviously hit it well because it took
Yeah.
her 6 weeks to find them.
Oh yeah, it
6.
was in the furthest corner. It was like, and then I because his stuff was under the bed, so it was like move that, hide it, put his stuff back round it.
Oh, you really thought about it. It wasn't just
The thing was, at the time, I was living at the top of Ecky Road, and this lad was near the bottom end, so I had to do the stagger home anyway in an attire
You
that
couldn't have
shouldn't
done
be
that
seen.
with period sheets.
I couldn't have done where was I meant to bundle that?
true. How could you carry the period?
And there's too many people on the street to just bundle out blooded sheets into a bin because then there'd have been
And there's
questions.
people driving by, like we would have done, making judgment. She's period on them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Or
it
she's killed somebody.
yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, either or.
She don't come out looking good, does she?
No.
No.
Anyway, let's lighten the mood with a diatribe on British queuing. Take it away, G.
Can't stand it.
No.
Can't stand it. There's few things that we are born with as being British women.
Yeah.
And it is the ability to queue like ladies. All right? We don't have to talk to each other. All we have to
Yeah.
do is stand, socially distance, and quietly judge each other. All right? Everyone enjoys the process. We all know each other's doing it, but we do it with respect and we do it with decorum.
And you look at what is in their basket.
Yeah, I'm judging you. Really, that colour scheme?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Susan. I'm not sure what you smoked this morning, but do your own thing. Individuality. But there's always a Karen who comes up with her bag, or she's holding it all in her arms.
Yeah.
You barbaric human. Why?
But
Grab a
she acts all
basket.
flustered, like she's like, oh,
Yeah.
I've only got, Jim,
It's the elevated head. You've got it all in your arms. Tony, your husband, he's ready to leave you. Not for life, just in the shop. He's fed up now. You've got it all in your hands. You see us queuing. You know what the queue is for because there's signs everywhere. And you clip-clop away
Yeah.
in your little fit-flops. Straight up past the queue.
With a yoga leggings
With
on.
the yoga leggings
And she's
on.
parked in the mother and child bay.
Yeah.
So that's why she's rushing really.
her
Because she's
son,
got no
Peter,
kids.
is
He's at school.
27. Yeah, he moved
Yeah.
out 3
We
months
know
ago,
this
so now
type.
she's got a new independence about her. And they just go straight up to the top. Like looking, milling around as if someone's going to take pity and let her in. Karen, get back.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. I've got tequila on my hands. And you are shuffling past me because your arms are full. I've been here 10 minutes. I need a wee and a vape. Get to the back.
Too right, G, you tell him. Now, some advice for our 18-year-old self.
I don't know what I'd change. It becomes a bit of a myriad as to what angle I want to go at. Would it be a bit of a fucking just tell someone you're not dealing with certain aspects, go and address that now so that you won't spend the ages of 16 to 26 being an absolute whore, you know? But incidentally, had I had addressed those issues when I should have addressed them and I hadn't have been a whore, I probably still would have been sat here single in lockdown with having no sex, but at least I can think back to all the times that I did have all the sex.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
You've got
like,
the memories now.
I've got the memories, you know, I'm like that woman at the end of Titanic. It's been 84 years. So yeah, it's hard. There's some bits I would have liked to change. There's definitely some men that I would have preferred to have stayed away from. I think there's definitely one or two where it'd be a bit of a, see this name, run. Other direction, run away. But apart from that, there's not really a lot, if I'm being honest.
It is weird, isn't it? Because you when you go through all those times at the time, like breakups of boyfriends and things, and it's almost like people say to you, "You'll get better. It's okay. You just need time," and you don't believe it. Whereas actually, it's true. So actually, going back and saying that is pointless because if someone said to you at the beginning when you're in love with someone, they're a waste of space, you'd be like, "But I love him. I'm the one that's going to change him."
Yeah,
So,
it just pushes you down either way. And I think for me, it's even if I could go back, 18-year-old me was, or even 16-year-old, 15-year-old me wasn't much. We were really sexually active in the teenage years. We weren't very confident, but we were confident when it came to your foo-foo. So who that person was, even then, if I branch up to when I was 25, they are two totally different people. Because at 25, I completely crashed. My world fell down and I didn't know who the hell I was. But even going from 25 to 30, I can't even relate to 25-year-old me that well anymore. So 30-year-old me going to 18-year-old me, she'd be one of the teenagers that I just fucking dead-eye at Sainsbury's like, you absolutely twat. Yeah. I won't give her time of day. Do you know what I mean? If you're on fire, black, I'm not pissing on you. You're pissing me off. Go away. So there's no...
Or to be fair, you'd be going, in 12 years, on your 30th birthday, you'll be in lockdown. You freaking go out every single night, bird. You go out and have fun. That's it.
Just please use more condoms because chlamydia is painful. We thought we were going to learn the lesson after the second time. Turns out it takes you quite a few times. Just try it.
Foof isn't safe, is she? Foof is not safe.
Never.
She's been battered, the poor thing.
One thing I really, really love about this podcast is that you don't really get to see or hear a lot of this sort of talk in the media, in existing traditional medias. You've got the loose women, but apart from that, there's nothing much like Five Birds and a Mic in terms of just some rowdy birds talking about bird stuff. It's very enlightening for a male viewer to hear some of the stuff that women talk about when we're not around. We'd all like to think and fantasize that they just talk about men. They don't. They talk about stuff like this. And it's real. And it's, again, harrowing, but it's real.
Things I don't like, ovulation has got to be up there for me.
Yeah.
Just because if that smacks you, in uterus, when you're in middle of Marks and Sparks, that's you down on one knee for a good, 30 seconds. Ingrowing hairs for me. I've got thick, dark hair anywhere, but because of the way that my flaps and creases were, it's trying to shave it alone is a death warrant, right? You've got to get bits out of the way and you've got to decide whether you're going to go that in or whether you're just going to do it on edges. And then because I'm carrying arse and the crease, and I like a Chewbacca, so it's all right up my arse crack and you've got to get it all in. And it were only other month when I had that absolute massive abscess that just fucking popped up out, and it's trying to get your leg up in full length mirror to see it, to then try and get your arms. It's a catastrophe. So that's high on number 2, and then number 3. Funnily enough, I don't think everyone's like this, but I certainly am. Is that I am very much ruled by 3 separate entities. So there's like the head, fairly pragmatic, like that's how I survive day to day. Then I'm very much ruled by my heart. That's where the emotions sit. We can tune her out most of the time. And then there's the vagina. She's in charge. Imagine like borderline personality disorder, but it's with the key elements. It's my chakras. It's my key chakras. And she's very much in charge. So if she's like, hey, listen, we're getting laid. Now then, kid, we're getting laid. Because the fluids are going to waste. The other 2 have fucked it. We can't. There's nothing we can do. She zones out. She's like, "Nah, I'll deal with this in the morning." And she's like, "Oh, we might find love. I'm on her team." And then she just goes on a rampage round Kettle Black. That's the one thing. That's the one thing that I don't like.
So on nights out, Foof is in charge.
She's in charge.
Vagina watch.
She's in charge. Whatever goes down my neck, whatever comes out my mouth, that is ruled by my vagina. I'm not present. Me as a whole is not present. That is just my vagina coming out through me.
And that's it for this week. Thanks so much for watching and listening. 5BAM every Monday. Tell a friend. Next week we'll be back with another special best of show.
Clap.